There is something in space that shouldn't be there, and the James Webb Space Telescope has just proven this in a way that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the universe. In recent months, confidential data has begun to leak from NASA laboratories, revealing discoveries so disturbing that some scientists are asking to pause certain research. I'm talking about structured signals, impossible geometric patterns, and evidence that we may have never been alone in this cosmos. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to discover will shake your deepest convictions about reality. Each piece of this cosmic puzzle points to the same terrifying conclusion. Someone, or something, has been observing our galaxy for much longer than we ever imagined. Let's start with something close to home, something that should be impossible. Neptune, the ice giant at the edge of our solar system, a planet we've known for decades, suddenly began behaving strangely. When the James Webb pointed its infrared sensors there, the data was so shocking that scientists repeated the measurements 5 times, thinking there was an equipment error. The temperature of Neptune's upper atmosphere dropped drastically, not over millions of years, as would be natural, but in just a few decades. 18 degrees Fahrenheit difference since the last Voyager 2 measurements. This doesn't make sense according to our understanding of planetary dynamics. There are no solar cycles that explain this. There is no internal activity that justifies this sudden change. But the most disturbing part isn't the temperature. It's what Webb detected in Neptune's magnetosphere. Subtle but regular pulses, as if something were interfering with the planet's magnetic field. Pulses that shouldn't exist. Pulses that follow a specific mathematical pattern, as if they were some kind of coded signal emanating from the planet itself. Coincidence? Maybe. But when you discover what happened next, the word coincidence loses all meaning. Just 39 light-years away from Earth, there exists a stellar system that has always fascinated astronomers. TRAPPIST-1. 7 rocky planets orbiting a red dwarf star, 3 of them in the habitable zone. At least that's what we thought until the James Webb revealed something that changed everything. The spectral data didn't just show water on planets TRAPPIST-1d and 1e. They showed global oceans, dense atmospheres with complex cloud systems, and most importantly, chemical compounds that on Earth are directly linked to biological activity. Stratospheric ozone, methane in anomalous concentrations, and light absorption patterns that suggest not just life, but organized life. 2 planets in a single system with all the characteristics necessary to sustain advanced civilizations. The mathematical chances of this happening naturally are astronomically low. It's like winning the lottery twice on the same day. Possible? Technically, yes. Probable? Definitely not. But wait, because we're just scratching the surface of this cosmic discovery. When Webb pointed its instruments toward the depths of space, it captured light from one of the oldest galaxies ever observed, Jade's GS Z13-0. This galaxy formed just 330 million years after the Big Bang, when the universe was still young and turbulent. The problem is that it was emitting a specific type of radiation that simply shouldn't exist at that time. The Lyman alpha radiation that Webb detected was incredibly intense and clear, as if the neutral hydrogen clouds that should block this light had already been ionized. But this should only happen much later in cosmic history. It's like finding a fully built house on land where you just planted seeds. Some astrophysicists are beginning to suspect that this premature ionization was not a natural process, that something artificially accelerated the universe's transition from darkness to light. We're talking about cosmic engineering on a scale that defies our understanding. Someone or something with technology capable of manipulating the very structure of space-time. But the revelations don't stop there. In fact, they become even more disturbing. Do you know what happens when a star dies? it transforms into a white dwarf, a dense, hot core that should destroy everything around it during the process. At least that's what we thought until the James Webb discovered planets that refused to die. In the WD 1856+534 system, Webb found a giant gas planet orbiting just a few million miles from a dead star. This is impossible according to our current physics. But the most shocking thing was discovering that the planet not only survived, but its atmosphere was actively regenerating. Water vapor, sulfur compounds, and other chemical markers suggesting that something was actively keeping this world alive, even after the death of its host star, as if an advanced civilization had developed technology to survive the cosmic apocalypse. This forces us to completely rethink our understanding of habitability. If civilizations can survive the death of their stars, then white dwarfs, which we previously considered symbols of ending, may actually be the best places to look for ancient intelligent life. Meanwhile, closer to home, Webb was making equally disturbing discoveries on the outer moons of Uranus and Neptune. Small satellites that should be dead. Frozen rocks were exhibiting inexplicable thermal activity. Internal heat signatures that don't make sense for bodies so small and distant from the sun. But most intriguing were the complex organic compounds detected on their surfaces. Not just simple molecules, but chemical precursors organized in very specific ways, as if they had been deposited there intentionally. As if these moons were repositories, or perhaps even beacons left by someone who passed through here long ago. And then we come to what may be the most shocking discovery of all. The galaxy Messier 82, known as the Cigar Galaxy, has always been famous for its intense star formation activity. But when the James Webb examined it in infrared, it discovered something that no known natural phenomenon can explain. A regular pulse emanating from its central region. It's not noise, it's not interference, it's a structured signal with mathematical spacing, rhythm, and duration, consistent with artificial modulation. A pattern that some scientists have secretly compared to the templates used by SETI to search for alien transmissions. The difference is that this signal isn't being sent to us. We intercepted it accidentally, like eavesdropping on a conversation we should never have heard. A conversation between whom? Between civilizations operating on galactic scales, using technology that makes our most advanced technology seem primitive. But perhaps the most disturbing evidence comes from a place we already knew, Tabby's star, also known as KIC 8462852. This star has puzzled scientists for years due to its anomalous dimming patterns. When Webb examined it in detail, it didn't debunk the mystery. It deepened it. The data showed that thin, opaque objects regularly pass in front of the star at geometrically consistent intervals. Objects that appear to be flat, angular, and possibly massive. They're not comets, they're not natural debris. They're structures organized in layers or swarms, like a real version of the theoretical Dyson sphere concept. Webb also detected residual heat in the surrounding region, a constant infrared glow that doesn't correspond to the star's output, as if something were collecting energy and radiating the waste. We're potentially observing a Type II civilization on the Kardashev scale, a species capable of harnessing the total energy of its host star. And finally, we have what may be the most significant discovery of all, hidden in the data from Pandora's cluster, Able 2744. This galaxy cluster creates a gravitational lensing effect that allows us to see galaxies from the early universe. But during long exposures, Webb detected shadows passing through the lens. Not once, but several times. Shadows cast by objects that don't emit light, don't reflect light, and are only known by what they block. Based on speed, size, and recurrence, the Webb team believes these objects may be massive structures, possibly stealth technology hiding using the very physics we thought we understood. We're talking about technology that can mask objects the size of planets or even entire stellar systems. Technology that suggests the universe may be much more populated than we ever imagined, with advanced civilizations hiding in plain sight. So what does all this mean? What has the James Webb really discovered? Each of these discoveries, in isolation, could be explained by exotic natural phenomena, but together they form a pattern that suggests the universe was never the empty, indifferent place we thought it was. A pattern that points to the presence of intelligence on scales that challenge our understanding. From oceanic worlds in nearby systems to structured signals from distant galaxies, from planets that survive the death of their stars to invisible shadows moving between galaxies, Webb isn't just showing us the cosmos, it's showing us that we were never alone. The question now isn't whether intelligent life exists out there. The question is how long it has been watching us and why it chose to remain hidden until now. Maybe we're finally technologically advanced enough to detect their footprints. Or maybe something has changed and they no longer care about hiding. Whatever it is, one thing is certain. We are on the threshold of the greatest discovery in human history, a discovery that will redefine our place in the universe and our understanding of reality itself. And this is just the first wave of data from the James Webb. Imagine what's still to come. If this video awakened something in you, if you felt that chill, that sensation that something big is happening, then don't let it end here. Subscribe to the channel right now so you don't miss the next revelations that the Webb telescope will bring us. Leave a comment telling me what you think really exists out there, and share this video with someone who's ready to question everything. Because the truth, my friends, is much stranger than any fiction we've ever invented, and it's just beginning to be revealed.